Ladies and gentlemen, let's start talking about the defense. I think the number one thing to discuss or just kind of hit at is that this scheme, or I think the real strength of Skylar Cassidy's coordination is what he brings to the table here is his ability to teach and his ability to prepare. If you watch a little bit of some of his presentations at the Texas High School Coaches Association stuff, he gives a little talk, and he talks about how everything starts with scouting, right? And you begin your level of preparation with how do they defend, right? Number one, who's our best guy? Who's our best pass rusher? Probably this guy, although Ethan Day had a big day, and he's right here. How do they defend that? Do they slide this way, right? Do they shade that guy? Do they slide this way? Meaning, this center, which way does he go? Left, right? What's happening? How do they deal with the situation? Because they're having to scout you too, right? They're looking at North Texas. They're saying, all right, this side is the danger side. We're gonna shift that way, and so Cassidy and the team, they say, okay, well, what does that mean? If we know we can get this team sliding this way, then let's put our most dangerous runners, our dangerous pass rushers this way, because we know we're going to get one-on-one. Or let's bring pressure this way, or let's mix them up, right? So once you get the offense to start declaring what they're going to do, you make it simpler for yourself because you know what you're going to get on the other side. Another thing I like that he says is you're going to have to win, right? It's about football players. Whether you have a standout corner here, maybe you don't have a Dion, but you have to win your one-on-one battles over here, this side, right? These guys need to win. Football is, it's a competition, and you're going to have to win your one-on-one battles. And I like that he says, so will they, right? They're going to have to defend. We're going to have to make the quarterback go do his job, right? What does that mean? If his responsibility is to set the protection and then post-snap recognize what's happening back here with the linebackers and everybody else, and see what's happening with these guys, which way are they going, what kind of coverage are we in over here, what kind of shell's happening, we'll make them do that under duress, right? That's basically how they attack the thing. They say, let's hit them, let's make them see a lot of stuff, let's make them execute, right? Let's make everybody, I like to say, play left-handed. This running back wants to run at people in pass protection. If he's going to have to, what Cassidy says, if we're going to eat him up in protection. So we're going to put our best rushers. We're going to scheme it up where he has to play offensive line, basically, right? He's going to have to be in pass protection and hit our best guys every time. He didn't want to do that. He didn't sign up to play football to say, you know what, I just want to block ridiculous defensive ends, No, he wants to get the ball and run into open space, right? That's why you play running back, not to do pass protection. So let's have him do pass protection, right? In those situations. If he's not, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to check, release. Well, then again, you're putting pressure on the QB to make a quick read and find his hot. And if that's the case, you know what's going to happen. Hey, we're bringing our dudes here. Right, we're going to bring this box, this pressure. If it's these guys here, we know what's going to happen. We know where our weakness is, and so we can play with anticipation and know we're just going to make this tackle here. We know we're bringing this kind of thing. We know that our weaknesses, so to speak, are going to be that a quick pass is going to happen here, and so that's where it's going to happen. On this particular play, there's some checking around. This is early in the game. It's a little split zone. Nothing crazy happens in this one, right? You want to be able to, number one, stop the run, and that's a lot of what this new scheme is about. It's not a new scheme. It's just really putting two defensive tackles in here. Previously, the old defensive scheme had like these three guys as our set stuff, and we had three linebackers out here. It's not too different. We still have three guys, and we have 1, 2, 3 linebackers out here, so to speak, and then we have everybody else, right? So it's not too different than what it was even later on in the season when we had 4 linebackers, because this guy is sort of a hybrid. He's a DE. his specialty is doing this, getting in here, but we'll ask him to drop and sink over here and do other things like that. But like we were saying before, we want guys that are good at doing a job, and these guys are best at attacking and getting a pass rush. So, okay, running a little ball here, fine. This is the first possession for Lamar, and we said this before, right? You can see already that we're winning this game, right? This is what we want. On the podcast, we said we want to be up and put pressure on the offense. And let's go back here and look at this again and see what Lamar is doing. They flip the running back. They try to go quick. They do a little fake, little play action, trying to get the defense flowing one way, right, and then throw back this way, right? This guy, he's coming over here in a little arrow route. We're gonna pop that open. That's the idea anyway. Right? And again, what's good about this is that we're winning a lot of battles here, right? If the ball really was going that way, we got it. We're locked up. Right here, here's where we make the play. Eyes are on the ball. We know where it's going. This, causing a ruckus over here was Lowski, and he did that a lot throughout the game. But we're in space. We go make a tackle, chase him down. He gets a few yards, a little first down. That's fine, right? He didn't make a play, right? He got a first down. That's a win for the offense, but it's early days, as they say, right? Nothing crazy. We don't have to panic or anything like that. This is all basic stuff. Next drive, and here's the thing about Lamar is that they didn't really do too much. There's going to be a lot of we're probably going to get to a lot of their whole offenses here, just because they didn't have a lot of plays. There's only 54 plays, and I think the game was in really contested for only about half the game. So I forget what the number of plays was at that point. You'll see here they have a heavy look, right? We still go with our base 4-2-5. Here's Weslowski right here, number 32. Here's our two linebackers in the back. We got our shell coverage here. We're matching them up. They have a little tight formation. They're big over here, and they got their running back, right? We're going to run the ball, or we're going to probably try to do a little play action. But this is typically a running look, right? So we got to win. What's happening? We saw last season that teams really bullied North Texas in these kinds of situations, and you see that that's not the case right now. I love this play because 90, Ethan Day, balls out, and he wins. He is right over here. Here's 90. He wins, splits a double team, makes a tackle. Love that. That's great. More of that, please. That's how you win. Third play, putting them in second and long. Again, a little motion, trying to get everybody bumping. We're bumping. Everybody bumps this way. That's a lot of offensive tricks to get the defense to declare stuff. It's a game, game of chess here. I'm going this way. Show me what you're doing, what's happening. Declare something. I think what we'll see is that other teams will know how North Texas is doing things as the season goes on. But what I like about Cassidy is that he says that everything starts with scouting, right? We're sort of reacting to how they do things. Like, yeah, they can flip it all up and change it, but they're just not going to be as good, right? They do what they do. Maybe they're going to have a little different things. And I think when Coach said, like, halftime adjustments are really just going back to what you normally did in the first place. There's only so many new plays and so many new things that you can put in a week's time when you're preparing for a team. You got to have something that you do. And once you get to what you do, that's when the real game begins, right? Because can you do what you do better than what we do, right? Can we do what we do better than you? Again, you see that one thing here that they slide this protection this way. They got 4v3. Okay, they're winning, but that means we got one-on-one over here. And what I like about Cassidy saying is that we like this matchup, right? Probably in some of the scouting, they've seen this and they said, let's try to make that happen. And again, you see who that is. That's number 44, our new DE. We want this. This is something like you look at it like, oh, they kind of had it blocked up. We would like to have our defensive end one-on-one. And if they start winning that, we'll flip it and we'll put them on somebody else, right? We'll try to get some other matchups and see where we can win. Again, good play. They throw a little nothing yards. That's not going to win you the game. Throwing, like John Madden says, none yard passes. Okay, you can throw it. You can throw it there if you want. We're going to win that. We'll take that every time. And it's 3rd and 2. So get a little 6 yards. This is like one of their first or only short yardage plays here. Short yardage, and again, I know that this is going to change in the future, right? These guys will be better as we advance up. Like Navy is going to be better, USF, et cetera, right? Everybody's going to be a little bit better than Lamar, and that's no disrespect to Lamar, but we know it's all true. We win this rep. That you gotta, like he said, you gotta win that. There's Wazlowski getting in. He split a double team. He was asked to do a lot of this last season, and in the previous scheme, and against like Texas Tech, he lost a lot. Everybody did, but this is a great play, right? Get off the field on 3rd and 1. You get off the field, you win. Sometimes you gotta win in a disadvantageous position. 3rd and 1, the offense can do whatever. They got him, right? Punt. All right, second drive for Lamar. Again, what I like about this, and this is complimentary football, is that North Texas is up 13-0, right? That changes the game a little bit. Suddenly, whether you want to admit it or not, you can say the right things like, we just got to go out there and execute. We just got to do what we do. We just got to be... You feel the pressure. Like, man, they just walk down the field. We know they're a high-powered offense. We're going to have to go and show them a little something, We're going to have to do some things. The pressure is on you. And this one, pretty standard run look. Lamar comes out. They're sprinting out there trying to hurry up and execute some offense. You see that North Texas is in a little bit of a bear front. They have a man head up on the center. We like that. The 3 down linemen. So, again, there's 3. He's a linebacker. This is a DE sort of hybrid. This is number 44, our defensive end. We're basically saying, we know you're going to try to run. We're here. Let's see what you got to do. We're in a good spot. We bring a little pressure. Some of that is just reacting to what's happening back here. But we also like to do this, right? This is the thing that Cassidy likes to do. He likes to bring either like simulated pressures or 5-man pressures. Make them make a play right here, right? We are going to get a run fit late. This is what he says, right? I like it. Puts the pressure on them. They have to execute. They don't go anywhere. Everybody's winning their battles one-on-one, Valea, etc. Like the interior of the defense. You have to win that, right? If teams last year were winning first down, right? 5-6 yards of play. 2 yards. That puts you behind the sticks a little bit, right? 2nd and 8 is not something you want to be in, right? 2nd and 5, 2nd and 3, of course, obviously. Those are better. You want to get about 3-4 yards on first down. 2nd and 8 is not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. So Lamar's coming back and saying, all right, we see they're fast flowing, they're doing some stuff. Let's get them with a little trickeration. Let's do a little reverse this way, and we're going to look for something leaking out over the top, right? Like this. We're going to make it happen. Get on SportsCenter or whatever. I think what is good about this play from the North Texas perspective is that everybody's eyes are in the right spot, right? Look at 7. Let's get a little pressure on the quarterback. This is a big thing that we'll see in the Skylar Cassidy era. Is a big emphasis, and everybody kind of has this. I don't want to say that it's new or novel. Is hit the QB, make him feel it. Eventually, he's not going to want to be hit anymore, is what he says. Eventually, he's gonna, I don't want to like this play. We talked about it on the podcast, right? So after a while, you're like, I don't know if I want to be so open anymore, right? Because you're throwing me the ball in a terrible spot. I'm going to lay it out. Maybe I'm not going to be open. You don't have that luxury as the quarterback, but maybe you get rid of the ball quicker, right? So you don't take the full impact, and you can kind of duck it a little bit. In this case, we hit the quarterback, the new quarterback or the receiver. He's locked up by Wazlowski, who read the play, nowhere to go, tackle. You see it again. Here's the ESPN replay. 2 linebackers chasing this dude down. It's all locked up, right? You're a lot faster when you know where the ball's going to go, right? There are some questions about the speed of our linebackers, but again, guy got locked up there. 3rd and 12, not ideal for an offense, right? You can see that we're in our 8-man look here, 8-man coverage, only 3 pass rushers. We know that they have to get down the field, so we have is like an advantage, right? We have the advantage of knowing what they're going to do, right? So it's not like they have all 150 plays available to them. It's a limited subset. We know they're going to try to get down the field a little bit. We're going to bring some pressure. I love Ethan Day winning here, and again, it's 3v5, sure, but if I'm running this way, right? If I'm running out here, like Ethan Day is number 90 here. It's 1v1, and this is, again, where we're winning, right? Our 2 best pass rushers are winning. They have 2 of their 5 dudes on Valea here in the middle. This guy's, what are we doing here? Are you helping the cause? You're not, right? Right here. We win, forcing the quarterback in the short side of the field. We have eyes on the ball. I think he calls it like vision coverage. Look, everybody's looking. If you try to throw the ball now, interception. Where's the ball going, right? Let's have him throw the ball under duress to where we are expecting it, right? So everything here, they had a little mesh something, a little wheel back here, this little post like a clear out. They want something here where they get the part of our coverage that's sinking back, so they can throw it in here in the space, maybe turn up and run at guys that are not paying attention, right? That's the idea there. Not happening because our 2 best defensive ends are getting pressure on the quarterback. His eyes are up, sack. First sack of the game. Let's look at that again. They got a little mesh something happening, and North Texas does this. You see right here, here's receiver coming this way. This guy comes this way. There's a clear out route. He might sit here. I don't even know what he's doing. This guy's going to clear it out. Got a little wheel something happening here. The idea is to clear our defenders out, right? We have 1, 2, 3 guys that are getting this. You get this sitting here. These guys are sitting in the middle. This guy gets cleared out a little bit. Maybe you can catch it and then sprint up the sideline a little bit, right? That's a little bit of the idea here. Or maybe you can find some guys sitting in the zone. But 3-man rush gets the pressure. That is something we did not see last year. And that, again, Lamar, whatever like that. But Ethan Day wasn't supposed to be, he wasn't the big guy that we were talking about. Like, this guy's going to win, get us a bunch of sacks. He played tremendously well in this game. And, if he can continue doing something like this, and here's the other part, is that 44 did it too, right? Bryson and Hayes. Look at this. 2 guys after him. Plays over before had a chance to begin. All right, 1st and 10 after North Texas turns the ball over in the end zone. Unfortunate drop. That was, you got all the way here. We talked about this on the show where we said, ideally, you want to go for it on 4th down and you're putting pressure on them, right? You don't want to do it because you're frustrated. You want to frustrate them. You put tremendous pressure on them. We already seen that Lamar was unable to move the ball from, normal positions in the game. Here they are backed up on their own too. So we'll see how advantageous this is. And again, getting back to what we're saying about defense, you kind of know what they're going to do. They're going to try to get the ball out quick, right? You're not going to see a lot of let me do a little 7-step drop here and throw the ball from back here. Not typical. I don't know. You get some crazy guys and they'll maybe try something. But this ball's going to come out quick. It's probably going to be a little run. So, you have the advantage that way. You just have to execute. Again, going back to what you have to do in football, you got to win, right? We see a little bit of this bear front again. 5 men on the line here. They have their heavies in. Again, they're just trying to dive at the line, get a little breathing room. North Texas does a good job of making the tackle. It wasn't pushing them in the backfield, but this is fine, right? You didn't get beat. 2nd and 5 is not ideal. Probably want to win that. Get a little penetration into the line, stop it sooner. But all in all, not a bad rep. Lamar didn't scoop for a touchdown out here. Second play, similar thing. They have a little bit more room. They might be a little bit more willing to drop back and throw the ball, but it's going to come out quick. On this play, North Texas was sitting with some soft corners here. This is not David Fisher. Here's Colin Lewis. We sort of sat back this way, and allowing these little quick out here. I don't hate this. I don't know what the coaching points are on this. A lot of the plan here was to bring a little pressure. You can see that North Texas brings this guy. They bring some late insert. Again, they want to target the back, make him do some things. We win here. We get a little bit of pressure here. This is the quick out this way. Probably want to sit on this a little bit more, but I think he's maybe expecting this to come this way. I don't know. I think this is one of those things that we'll see get better as the season goes on, especially as we have more experience out there. But as it is, little zone turn, right? We're looking this way. We want to defend the deepest part of the field, so we're not too concerned on a quick out. As it is, guy completes it 6 yards. Don't love it. You probably want to get to the quarterback a little quicker, where he's throwing the ball, and with bad timing. And I think that happens as you hit the quarterback a little bit more. His clock starts speeding up in his head. He doesn't want to do that so often. So good win by Lamar here, executing. They saw the pressure. But I do want to note that we brought the pressure. We kept the back in. That's something we want to do. We didn't hit the quarterback. But, all in all, North Texas did mostly what they were trying to do. Wasn't perfect, though. All right, 1st and 10. For Lamar, they try a little trickeration again, right? Little wide receiver reverse or jet, whatever you want to call this one. I think what is notable here is that they're trying to get North Texas to go this way, right? They have this flow, and then we're gonna get beat off the edge. We have a defensive end that's been going one-on-one the whole time. He does a great job of reading. Again, they see what's happening. This action goes this way. These guys should be reading this, going this way. He wins, gets off his block, and helps to contain this play, right? That's great. That's what we want. 88 wasn't doing a great job of blocking him, and so now he has to bend his run out, and then we win. You see it's 3v3 here, right? Meaning that the running back has to, the wide receiver, has to make his first move out here. Typically with these, you want to make your first move out here, beat the slowest guy. Like, say these two guys are blocked and have this guy beat them, right? So you can use your speed this way. As it is, you can tell that North Texas won this one because we're in the backfield, right? You have to widen your run. Now, yeah, you got 2, but 44 is our backside pursuit now. He's chasing you down, and he's going to hit you hard. And so these linebackers need to win, and then we have another safety coming in. So you're losing. You got 2 guys against 4. Way to run to the ball, North Texas, right? You got 5 yards, sure, but that was designed to get a little bit more. And, that wasn't blocked up well. So good by North Texas against a more dangerous team that, I don't know, that probably is out there. Maybe the guy has just ridiculous speed, but 4 yards is nothing crazy. Little delay a game, that's bad by them. I think guys are trying to win early by going early, right? Ethan Day's on the near side here. I don't know if they saw something or they're just moving them around, but we'll see a lot of this flipping of our defensive ends as we're trying to win matchups and isolate guys. Sometimes it's like, well, we want it from the field or this reason or that reason, but a lot of the stuff is based on scouting. Like we saw Bryce Young Hayes as the field defensive end last time. Here we saw Ethan Day on the field side. All right, here, long to go. What we'll see here from Lamar is a little play action. They want to take advantage of the situation, right? Obviously, they're not in a great down and distance, so you're likely just going to try to run the ball, see what's going on. Maybe do a little play action and see if you can steal some yards here. Great job by North Texas figuring that out, getting pressure on them, and then forcing a check down, right? Again, you want the ball to go to where you want it to go, right? The least dangerous player. On this particular play, given the down and distance and everything, these are the dangerous guys, right? They're looking to go deep or something like this here. So if you can prevent that, that's where the play is designed to go, and you can just lock up the check down, that's fine, right? 2nd and 11, little play action. Okay, ideas to suck up these guys and then get something in behind here, right? That's what That's what the OC is trying to do. That's what they're trying to find. It's not there. And we got pressure. The pressure, I think, is the most important thing, because you can wait for the guys to get open if there's nothing there. And we saw that a ton last season. Look at that immediate win right here. Look at this, 48. Immediately winning. We're winning over here. Ethan Day is going to blow this up. As we've seen, he's just involved a lot. But we're winning. Look at that. We're chasing you down. I say 48. It's 8. Forces the play. 3rd and 10. Time to bring some pressure. Or not, right? We don't know. They don't know. They think, well, last time they got pressure with 3. Are they going to just, leave 3? Are we going to have figure out a way to create some time and space for a quarterback? You can see these guys are just chomping at the bit to make a play here. Another delay game. They changed the play up. You can still see that we like to line up. This is our 3rd down package. Here's our DEs. We want to get wide, right? So maybe that makes you vulnerable for a little draw play or something like that. But also now we're showing some pressure here, right? Like, hey, we know that is vulnerable. That's not always going to be available to you. We have 2 high safeties. It's 3rd and 15, right? So you have plenty to work with right here. You just have to make the tackle pretty short here, and you got it. So let's see what happens. Let's dive, right? Let's see if we can't break one. I think that the broadcast talked about this play being close, right? Is good by Witter, making a play, chasing him down. It was close, right? They got a little, what is this, like just like a little outside zone, a little split zone here. They got movement. They won this way. And that's what's going to happen, right? You have your DEs trying to get outside. So if you can get some push this way, especially against some of those linebackers that are a little bit lighter, you might win, create a seam, and then cut it up. This is great by Witter to cut that off, make a tackle in space, and end any hopes of a miracle, right? All right, fast forward a little bit, and again, complementary football works both ways. North Texas is putting pressure on the Lamar offense by scoring every time they've had the ball, except the one time, but then they got into the end zone. The ball literally was in the end zone, caught by our guy, but then dropped, right? So that's about as much pressure as he can put on the team without actually scoring. In this case, again, make the quarterback dance, make him throw under duress, make a tackle if somebody makes a play. Well, we're seeing this a little bit more now. Now guys are standing up, right? Looking at something, they look more aggressive. You see guys are walking up, I think you can see a couple things. I don't know. I'm not in the huddle or something like that, but I think what you saw is that the North Texas defense became a little bit more aggressive, more confident. They were like, you know what? We're winning this. Guys are flying off the ball here. Look at this. Just forward lean from everybody. And I know that's just a minor thing, but you saw them firing off the ball. Like, the ball's in his hands. Guys are barely getting off their stance, and North Texas guys are like full lean forward position, right? So pressure here on the end. Again, you'll see this a lot from Cassidy. Eating up the back is what he says, right? Make this back play pass protection. Make him do some work. Make these guys make the plays, right? Don't let them just toss the ball out there and get 5 guys out into the protection. So he's there. He's not going to want to do this. He's going to have to block Wisłowski. Good. Forcing the quarterback inside. Look at him. He has to step up into the pressure. I think they're trying to get a little stunt going here because Ethan Day was diving across. Let's rewind it a little bit so we can see what happened here. Yeah. You see Day just kind of, he cuts across this way. And I think we wanted to get this here. Or maybe you saw something inside. We're getting this pressure this way. So again, I don't know the call. But I think that somebody's supposed to come this way like this, right? Get everybody going that way. You get a little stunt this other way. And we sort of get that happening, right? Guys running under duress again, under pressure, nearly get an interception, make a tackle. It's a good play by the quarterback, but again, we're making him make plays, right? He has to get out there and do some things. He's not getting comfortable. Not since the first drive has he been able to set his feet find the throw, the stuff that he gets in practice, right? Then he's like, man, I love being a quarterback. I stand out here, never get hit. It's great. Now he's getting hit, right? Now he has to run for his life, and it's less fun playing quarterback when you got to do those things. Again, I think what we love here is all of this penetration. We are in the backfield with the running back. Look at it. We can talk to him. We can say, you know what? That was a good quarterback running back exchange there, bud. And then we tackle him. There's nowhere to run. He's running into Trey Fields, getting hit backside. There's nowhere to go. That's great stuff. It's something that didn't happen. It's 3rd and 1 again, right? Let's go win. And we're gang tackling. I think he won this possession here, so fine. But he's not breaking him, right? That's the thing that happened last year. It happened in other games where we're allowing 200, 300 yards. It's the details. Yeah, he won a yard. Okay, we don't love that, right? We're not celebrating allowing a first down run, but it's progress, and whatever. It's Lamar, all this other good stuff. They still won. I like it. One more time. You can see that Lamar's trying to take a little bit of the pressure off the quarterback and establish the run game a little bit, Slow down the pass rush a little bit. We saw all that forward lean. They got something. North Texas does. They're like, okay, let's run the ball. Let's slow them up a little bit. Let's see if we can't move the ball. Give our quarterback a little time. Now they're going to throw it. And look at that. Again, we're getting hit. I think this was the screen. And again, if you see them pinning their ears back and attacking you, you want to take advantage of that that situation. They say on the broadcast here, right? Running back sort of leaking out this way. Look at this. This is a 6-man pressure, right? And again, you'll see variations on this. We don't always have the same pressure looks. I think a lot of it's game planning, he says. But you wait for it, right? We've been bringing 4, 5. Now we bring 6, right? Really make them think. Really make them see. Make them execute the play, right? Right here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 guys coming in. That means you need to make a play. You're going to get hit. Where is it happening? You're trying to find a guy under duress. And I don't know about you. This is not what I think of as a great offensive play. Quarterbacks falling backwards, throwing off platform, as they say. He got touched again. You want to touch the quarterback a lot. Little cross dog through the middle. He's throwing it under duress. Maybe a better quarterback makes that play, executes it. The guy maybe takes a one-handed catch, takes it somewhere. You get lucky, sure. You're fortunate, whatever. But I also think that's a calculated risk. We don't think that this quarterback can make that play, and so we're fine with it. 3rd and 7. Again, we see our pass rushing look. We want this here. That's what we're looking. They also know this. They've seen this a few times, right? They kind of know what to expect now. So as other teams they're going to look for ways to adapt to this, right? Maybe you kick out 2 this way or something like that, or you get a little mid draw or something in there. Again, there will be games played with this look. In this situation, you see that North Texas starts bringing pressure here, probably to anticipate that. Notice again that Lamar likes to fan out this way. They're sliding the protection so they have one-on-one this way, right? We think, hey, our guy can beat this dude every time, right? So we're bringing 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, but what we're really doing is isolating this guy. When we build our pressures, we're saying, where's our best guy? Where can we win one-on-one battles? Because we think that we're going to win. Football is about individual matchups a lot of times, right? This guy has to win up here. This guy needs to win here. This guy needs to win here, right? On this particular play, you need to win. The scheme and the scouting and everything gives you advantage. Like, all right, in this situation, this ball is probably going to be thrown, here. So be ready for that. So you have a little bit of an advantage when you're trying to win. So we're winning. Hey, look, our one-on-one matchup that we schemed up, we know they like to fan out for that way. So we say we can win this one-on-one matchup here. Bryson Hayes, that's why he got brought into North Texas, right? We think that's the case. Now look at him. Stepping up, gets a little hit. Quarterback is not ready to be hit. Throws the ball, too far in front. Again, better quarterbacks probably stand tall, deliver that, at the highest levels. QBs can do that. They can probably, take the hit a little bit more, maybe even dish out a little bit of hit depending on who it is. That's Lamar Jackson. This game's a little bit different, but you also have, better dudes on your squad too, right? So at this point, North Texas is going to go down and score again, right? And it's probably give up time, in terms of the actual game. What's going to happen here, right? You're 6 of 8, 38 yards. You haven't really done a whole lot. Maybe you had some opportunities here and there if you're Lamar. North Texas has pretty much has you eaten up the whole game. You haven't really had anything outside of a couple first downs that you had to really fight for, right? You're not moving the ball well. There's nothing schematically that stands out as advantageous for you. So what's going on here? You're probably going to line up and throw the ball. Yeah. Let's go down and try to get something. Oh, wait. Not happening. Interception. Now, North Texas had brought pressure. Like we saw, there's like 6 guys coming in, right? This one, he's going to just drop into this. This looks like it's like a little cover 3 here. I didn't even look at it. Yeah. A little bail. He's bailing. He's here. He's in this I forget the names anymore. So he has the flat. He's looking hook curl here. He's going deep. I remember the name. Easy. Well, easy as a one-handed catch. But everybody's locked up. Look here. Locked. We're covered here. We got 2-on-2 here. He's our deep guy. They're looking for this little quick post underneath, right? I don't know what the QB is looking at because he was just staring that down. I have to think that they were expecting a little pass rush here from the linebacker. Like maybe we'll just throw it over the top of him. Maybe he, steps to this this running back popping out of the backfield. Maybe they expected pressure. As it was, North Texas didn't bring any pressure, right? 4-man rush. There's a little bit of a win here, right? We're getting a little bit of a pressure. And I think this is where Skylar Cassidy talks about the quarterback getting hit a little bit, getting the pressure, starts seeing ghosts. And, now you can mess with them by dropping some guys into coverage. That's how you start getting turnovers, right? So North Texas goes down, scores again. Only a field goal this time. And then the big moment. Okay. It's probably give up time, right? 30-0, right? You're going to go into half or you're going to keep fighting. I respect them for fighting, for trying some things here. But it didn't work out. We know, again, it's situational football. We got our 3-man, our DEs are going to come do this. The question that Lamar has seen so far is like, what are these guys going to do? Right, we've seen them rush, we've seen them drop off. What's going to happen? Right here, we still got our running back in the game. I don't think that North Texas respects him enough to think that he's going to take it to the house. So, what's going to happen? Now, you get a delay. Is that what happens? Yeah. So, it's first and 15, really. The thing didn't update. Come on, ESPN Plus. They got some short stuff happening here. He's going to come do this. He's looking deep. We see that the line holds up a little bit, but the quarterback doesn't like it. He's moving him around. He's not super tall. He doesn't stay calm. This is one of those ones where we were saying on the thing, it was like a coverage sack or just coverage pressures. It's a little bit of both, right? We're dropping. Look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underneath, right? Classic 5 underneath, 3 deep coverage, right? 1, 2, 3. We're sitting back here. That's 8 dudes in coverage and then just 3 pass rushers, right? So in this particular case, Lamar had time, right? They stopped. They kept 5 in, and then the running back stayed in there, right? 6 guys. But what does that mean? You don't have a whole lot of dudes going deep. You don't have a whole lot of options, right? There's 6 here, 5 from the line, plus your running back, right? Plus this guy, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 guys against 8. That's what you've decided is going to win you something. So the quarterback, he kind of scrambles out, maybe changes the angle a little bit. There's nothing there. And you get a little holding call here too. Yeah, not good. You held on a 3-man rush there. So it's an example again of what the pass rush can do. It helps you on one play, but it helps you on 2, 3 others later on, right? In this situation, Lamar holds on the play. They didn't have too much going for them. Again, 4 guys running routes against 8, right? You like those odds. The pass rush, gets a sack in effect by causing a holding penalty, right? Only 3 dudes. So a successful 3-man pass rush. Now, this is the big moment, I believe, right here, right? So, again, you get a little man in motion. North Texas is unbothered by this. You see there's a change, right? You still have the 3-man rush. Wazlowski, instead of dropping off on this particular play, he's bringing some pressure, right? I think we're reading this, or this is pre-called or something. I'm not exactly sure why they're doing it. Maybe just the call just lined up this way. But, we're going nowhere. I think it might be one of their looks where they're just running in here. Again, surely you're going to just give it up, right? This is maybe why you just give it up. 30 seconds, you're, 90 yards from the end zone, 2nd and 20. It's not looking good, but I think you're trying to play for a little pride here. And again, I respect it. I respect what you're doing. So 4-man trips to the left, right? Strength of the offense is over here. You have our 2 DEs this way, right? We're again looking to do one of these. We got our 3 linebackers. They've dropped. They've inserted. They've done all kinds of things, and I don't think that you've had success on any of those, right? If you're Lamar, late pressure, right? After the snap, we have another guy. Here's what I like about this. I know it looks kind of strange here. We're lining up, and you're the quarterback, right? You're scanning. Now you look at his head, right? He does a little scanny scan, right? What's going on here? Me call the play. Look around right here. Look, and you have to look back, and now your eyes are there, right? What happens? What changes from A to B? Well, now the ball snapped, and we have unleashed somebody. Looks like one of them kids from Weapons. He's firing in there, right? So, I don't know if you guys took physics in high school or maybe at North Texas. Yeah, you're big and strong, and he's maybe not as big as you. But when he's running fast at you, it's hard to stop, right? Again, we're running. Here's our 4th guy, and he's running at this left guard who's trying to read, and he's reacting. He's going to try to catch him or something, or just get knocked over, right? Now you can't help with that. I don't know if you know that, right? If you're on the ground, you're not real great at that. Again, what's happening over here? We're winning our one-on-one battle. Again, that's what's great about this all night. We schemed up a win. We also got some pressure. We've only brought 4. And look, this line is in shambles here, right? What's happening? Shambles. We're throwing the ball. We're trying to find the running back again behind the line of scrimmage, trying to turn up. Ethan Day getting some pressure. Flag on the play. What happened? I think it was a holding. So we forced him back again. Even when we lose, we really win, right? We won't go into like where the holding was, whatever. I think it was a little bit back up there. But my point here is that we're dictating the game again. We're winning. Quarterback's on the back foot here. Yeah, it's a little dump off, sure, but he's not looking at here. He's not looking at any of these dudes. He's trying to find this guy. He's looking for help. Please give me some help. I'm getting hit. Everything's happening too fast. The DEs are in my face the whole time. Our other DE nearly makes a tackle. We scooted for some yards, but actually we have to go backwards again. And what's happening here? Same formation, same look. Again, trips left to the strength to the wide side of the field. We have our DEs here. We got some subs in this time, right? But this time we put Wazlowski on the line of scrimmage. So we're only showing 4, but we've also showed the ability to insert a guy late, right? And we know that that's dangerous. So what's going to happen? I think as an offense here, you have nothing. You've not been dictating the game. You're not making North Texas change anything. North Texas is making you change. Again, a little motion. We try to do a little insert. What's happening? Oh, I pulled it. Now I get it's over, right? Wazlowski just completely dominates this play right here. One, he reads the play. You see that? He popped in, he popped out, or he faked in and popped out to come this way. We're moving this way, another little split zone action. He's trying to do like an insert this way. I think this is supposed to be a give. I'm not even sure what's happening here. Everybody else is looking like they're blocking, so it was supposed to be a run. Probably just a little give-up play. I don't know why you don't just hand it off. Again, I think there's a little bit from seeing too much North Texas dudes in his face, too many North Texas dudes in his face. He makes a bad decision, and now he's going to try to, I don't know, do something, and he loses. And that's it. That's all she wrote. North Texas continued to dominate the rest of the game. A lot of the same stuff. Lamar didn't really move the ball. When the game was in the contested portion here, you can see it was all just a complete domination, right? North Texas schemed up wins. I think we're going to see a lot of the same stuff. It really depends on how other teams operate, right? We'll see the center, if like say Western Michigan typically likes the shade to the strength, right? Then our wins are going to come out here, or at least we're going to try to get that, right? If they like to hold the back inside for protection, North Texas will try to bring pressure, make him do some pass protecting, right? We'll see a lot of the same stuff. Hopefully, I'll tell you, I don't really want to see the full breadth of pressures and things that North Texas has. I'd like to see them continue to win on base stuff, right? I think what was great about this is that North Texas is winning, right, on one-on-one battles everywhere. Ethan Day was good. Wazlowski was good. I think right here he's getting held face mask. Our linebackers are good. You see he's great. Eyes up. They know what's happening, right? They see what's happening here. Eyes everywhere on the ball, right? Nothing. They're not surprised. They're not turned. They're not reacting to it. They're anticipating. Look at these dudes. Everybody. They're hounding everybody. 2 guys make this tackle. It's a sack, fumble. I think it was just like a tackle for loss, right? Because he's not technically throwing the ball. I called it a sack in the moment. That's just domination. That's good old North Texas football that we haven't seen in 22 years, right? The last time we got a shutout. So, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of good stuff in the offensive portion of it. Obviously, when you just walk down the field, scored 30 points, that's great. But, I think we've seen a lot of that stuff from North Texas before. This hasn't been seen, literally, in 20 years, in 2 decades. So I'm excited about it. You should be excited about it. See you next time. Coming green.